talking about lofty tools and how to integrate them so that you have a one-stop shop for all your daily needs for your workflow. Steve?
So you've got too many connected tools. Let's fix that. We're going to talk about integrating Lofty with your email, calendar, and social tools. We're really going to focus on the Smart 5. Okay, so we're going to walk you through the Smart 5 key integrations for centralizing your tech. This will be your simple 5-step framework for building your whole tech stack. So, Floyce, what are the 4 things that they're going to learn in the next 30 minutes?
What you're going to learn about what Lofty integrations actually do, and then the non-negotiable 3 every agent should connect today, plus 2 more options.
And you're going to learn about the hidden tools inside Lofty that most people ignore. And then finally, we're going to break down how integrations make your business run even when you're off the clock.
I like that.
Everybody wants that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about the problem here, Floyce.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of agents that we talk to have too many disconnected tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
And too much tech that's scattered all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So we got multiple logins, you got misleads, no visibility across multiple systems. Sound familiar?
Yeah, and you know one that is very common, Steve, with realtors is the calendar. I'm licensed, and you have showing time. Of course, we get notifications once we set that up, or somebody sends a request to show. That's fine. Then you have your calendar as an agent, and then you have your Google Calendar. Calendar integrates with Google. Then you have your Lofty Calendar. So those are so many, and another whichever other calendar that you have maybe for your family. So imagine keeping up with all these
Calendars
events
all
that
over
are
the
yeah,
place.
that are
Yeah.
coming up, and you're supposed to make sure that at least you're on top of every one of them for your day workflow.
Well, the worst part, Floyce, is what if a prospect, especially this happens a lot with cold prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Hot prospects you're usually on top of every day. But what if out of the blue a prospect replies back to one of your emails
Mm.
and you miss the follow up? You could have lost a deal. Um, Same with text messaging.
Yeah.
So we're going to break down how Lofty can serve as the hub instead of just another app on the list. You should be working out of Lofty as a central operating system for your business.
And she spoke about what if a prospect resurfaced that was dormant, and you're wondering how do I do that with Lofty? Well, the minute a prospect comes back to your website, the score goes up, the lead score goes up based on the activity that they show for that specific time. And they can also see a listing, let's say, and book a showing. Now that will show up immediately in your Lofty calendar. So if you're not integrated very well with that, imagine, so your Google Calendar doesn't talk to the Lofty one and vice versa. You're gonna miss that deal.
Yeah, and there's a lot that can happen in the system, and there's all kinds of notifications that can happen that you're notified, but also, Floyd, there's smart plan automations
Yeah.
that can be triggered by some actions that happen on the website. So all of this stuff needs to be connected and integrated. That's what we're going to.
Especially the behavior based ones that sometimes could trigger a task for you to call the prospect
Right.
based on their browsing activity.
Okay, so next up, let's talk about the solution. Why integrate, Floyce? Integrations, what?
Why should you integrate as a realtor? Like we when we started this conversation, is you want everything to be in one place. Like when you log into your MLS dashboard, you have all these other tools that your MLS provide in one dash. So if you want to, and they do such a good job, especially my MLS, the beaches one, they do such a good job of making sure I don't have to have multiple logins. Like it's one, and then it connects to all of them, most of them per se. So everything is in one place and you don't have to be all over the place, or they talk to each other, the tools talk to each other. Let's say you do something in dot loop that needs to be showing on your transaction tab on in Lofty. How can you do that? Zapier is another one. Maybe you're using two systems, which you shouldn't actually. Maybe you have follow up boss and Lofty. So is your Zapier integrated to zap the activity of these two systems that are independent but can be connected? So that is so important so that you have a unified dashboard, let's say, or a unified communication channel and flow of communication from one tool to another.
Yeah, Lofty is really built to be your business command center, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. One login, one ecosystem where we're going to synchronize some of these other systems, and then we're going to automate with smart plan triggers after there's some client contact. So that's the idea. No more guessing which lead came from where. Everything is a hub in one place.
And to
Okay.
be honest, this gets you makes you more efficient when you think about it. If you have to jump to follow up boards to fix something that happened with a lead that needs to show on Lofty or Dot Loop, or what are the other tools that we have? I think Sky Broadcast.
Well, let's dive into the Smart Five,
Yeah.
we call it. This
Mhm.
is going to be 5 integrations. Three of them are absolutes that you absolutely positively should integrate.
Mhm.
The other two are a little bit more optional, but let's dive into the Smart Five, Floyce. Walk us through number one, key integration that we want you to integrate with your system, and that is what?
Email. Email is not spoken about a lot. People don't speak on this a lot, but that is the number one thing. I know some agents get overwhelmed when you have your Gmail, and Steve can speak onto this. You can integrate your Gmail so that you just see what's coming in the inbox, and not everything in your Gmail that integrates with Lofty. Or you can choose to just integrate so that it's the sending email, right? And everything that you send, when the reply comes in, it's gonna also come into your Gmail. So talk about that Gmail integration.
Yep, you can integrate Gmail to flow directly into your Lofty. And of
Yeah.
course, there's AI in Lofty that can read the email and then react accordingly. You can also set triggers, which will trigger smart plan automation based on emails that are coming in.
Yeah.
So there's a lot you can do when you connect that email directly to your Lofty command center.
Yeah, and you can also have auto log conversations to the CRM. Now, this is important, especially if you have VAs. If you have VAs and you probably maybe don't want to give them full access to your Gmail, but you still want them to see some activity, this is a good way to leverage Loft. We have a client that has a VA overseas, and we always make sure that the VA remembers to go to the unified inbox in Lofty and see. Like immediately we send a campaign, right? It's very important for that to be monitored so that you see what responses are you getting. And the campaign conversation is a whole another exciting product that we are cooking up for you. So stay tuned. But that is, imagine sending a what's your home worth campaign, and you are expecting people to fill out that address, uh, home size, whatever, and then also maybe come back and say, I need to talk to you. I'm not sure if I'm ready yet before I give you my information. So your VA is gonna be able to see that in your Lofty Info unified inbox and set up tasks in your calendar that is also connected to your Gmail, and that way you're not missing out.
And one more bonus on this, I'm going to make a point about integrating your email. You can integrate your Gmail or your Outlook email or whatever, and it'll pull in the emails directly into the unified inbox. But that's different than the sending email
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
So those are two different things. If you're not sure about that, reach out and we can do a quick consult and look at how your setup is. But the sending email by default is going to be a Lofty controlled email.
Yeah.
It's like mail.lofty.net or something like that versus your own branded domain. And there's some pros and cons of using each one. We're going to save that for a separate video. But integrate your email. That's number one. What's number two that you want to integrate of the big five?
Your calendar. We already spoke on this. It's very important to have that integrated so that
Got to sync
every
your calendar.
activity
Yeah.
that happens, you're supposed to, your tasks for the day, you need them in a unified calendar that syncs what's in Lofty for your task and what's in your Gmail and what's in, let's say, maybe your MLS calendar if it flows over to your Gmail. So having that in one place, you're able to see what's overlapping, what to prioritize, and what to check off or what's pending for the next day.
And if you caught our live yesterday, we were talking about how to structure your website, your IDX website. One of the things that most people miss on their website is the calendar page.
Yeah.
There is a Lofty calendar that's built into the system. It comes with the website. You should have a calendar page on your website. That calendar should be integrated with your Calendly, Google Calendar, and or your Outlook calendar. All of it should work together, and then that's connected to the tasks and all of your Zoom meetings and your showings, and everything should be integrated in there. So that's number two, is the calendar. That's a biggie. Absolutely, positively integrate your calendars.
Number three.
What is number three?
Number
Floyce?
three, this is your field, Steve. This is you, data. This has your name all over it. So Google Contacts and iCloud. Speak on it.
You can directly connect the system to your iCloud and or your Google Contacts, so that every phone contact or email contact can be synced directly to your CRM so that something happens. So you want to avoid duplicates with this by integrating it and syncing it directly. And then any new people that you put into your phone, let's say, imagine if it went right into your Lofty system. Floyce, imagine if you got a new email from somebody and they were saved as a contact in your Gmail or your Google Mail, and then it created a new record in your CRM.
Mm-hmm.
So integrate your iCloud or iContacts. That's number three.
Number four is social media plus marketing. BombBomb. This is another one that you love, Steve. Tell us, how can we do that?
So this is, number four is integrating your social and marketing. So here we're talking about, there is a social media, social studio in the back end where you can integrate those systems and post listings, let's say, live listing data directly to your social media. But also you can sync, Floyce, your dot loop, your transaction management, broker mint will integrate directly. You can integrate BombBomb, or there's a one that's even a tighter integration. It's a BombBomb competitor called Dub with two B's. Check that out, and that will let you integrate directly and then send text messages and emails with BombBomb style.
Yeah, and
video.
slug the videos that you create in BombBomb over to your email. You can pull that through over.
So that's number four, social and marketing pieces. And really I would throw in there transaction management pieces too, like dot loop.
And the social pro, I think, is what they call in Lofty. It's an add-on. There's some stuff that is gonna do basic stuff, like posting your listing over to your social media platform. But there's an add-on where you can schedule and you can actually pull your feed, your social media feed, over to your website. But I think it's $20. Don't quote me on this, but there's an additional price to get that to pull over to your website.
And by connecting dot loop or broker mint or one of those transaction management platforms, it'll let you centralize and track the entire customer life cycle.
Yeah.
So that's important too. So that's number four. And then number five, this is really for the power user, Floyce.
Yeah.
But number five is what?
Zapier and MailChimp API.
Independent integrations.
Yeah.
So this is kind of other third-party systems that you want to bring in. We have our clients come to us with all kinds of different other platforms, and our answer is always try to integrate it. Always try to integrate it. They'll ask, should I use this or should I use that? Is there any value in using both? And our advice is always to integrate, integrate, integrate wherever you can. Now, there's third-party middleware like Zapier that can connect those. It's a piece of middleware that will connect two different systems. And a good example is a vacation rental software.
Yeah.
MailChimp is another good example. If you're sending out newsletters or something through MailChimp or Constant Contact, you can make those two systems talk to each other. And you can trigger automations to happen from these. Another example, by the way, is Facebook ads voice. You can connect your Facebook. Of course, you should have Zillow, any Zillow leads that are coming in, Realtor.com. Most people don't know you can also connect Google Sheets.
Okay.
So let's say you connect your Google Sheets and you're collecting leads, let's say on a Google Sheet through maybe a third-party form or something like that. You can connect that and have those flow directly into your CRM. So those are some examples of independent integrations. We just rattled off a few of them. Some you could use Zapier. Some you don't even need Zapier for. So you could do it direct. Google Ads will connect directly to your Lofty system. So will Zillow and Realtor.com.
Now, this other segment that we're getting into is some case studies still. Um, where do they find, before we get into that, where do they find the integration tab in Lofty?
So it's under, I think,
Settings. Yeah.
I'm not looking at my screen right now, but it's under settings in the left sidebar. You're going to go down to lead capture, and under there it's going to say integrations. And there's a whole list there. We might do another video on this where we're going to do a screenshot and walk you through and show you exactly where to integrate these. And we can even show you, if you're interested, how to use Zapier and set up third-party integrations with Zapier.
Now, case study, a quick one, the vacation rental one. Let's talk about the danger of not integrating these systems or picking other systems that are not or cannot integrate with third party. Why that is so important, like the vacation rental client.
Yeah, so here's a real world example where we had a client getting a lot of leads from a vacation rental platform, actually. Many per day coming in.
Yeah.
And they were, at one point, people were manually taking them and copying and pasting them and putting them manually into Lofty.
Yeah.
But if you don't integrate it properly and sync everything, there was an overlap period where some of these people were getting newsletter type emails about the area in the vacation rental system, and then also similar messaging in the Lofty system. So they're getting messaged twice with the same message. And that's not good, right? That's an overwhelm.
But the thing here was this client picked a platform that was locked in. It couldn't, they were very careful in their setup to not entertain third party integration because they want to own the entire journey, including the lead intake all the way to the conversion. And because they want to keep you on, they don't want to give you a reason to go to somewhere else that works, that some other platform that works better. And we discovered this later after we did an audit and called the company, asked, hey, is there a way we can integrate this platform to ours so that it's a unified, we can track. Actually, the problem here was the lead intake was not tracked over to Lofty. So it's a rental really, yes, but if we need that data to pull through to Lofty, it has to be done manually. It's not integrated to pull through. So meaning we'll have to then download that CSV file, put it into Lofty, start campaigns over there. But they also, when they did their actual intake, they also got plugged into other campaigns that they're receiving on the daily, or monthly cases. So they're getting hit by multiple platforms with different messaging, and that is not a good experience for your consumer, for your customer.
But I think that's an outlier. Most of these systems nowadays, you should investigate and find out, and they're built for
Yeah.
integration nowadays.
But ask that question.
You should ask. They're built from the ground up, though, knowing that these systems, it's a connected world, and
Yeah.
these systems need to be connected, and the data needs to be shared with other systems.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap it up, Floyce, with let's wrap it up with action steps
Mm-hmm.
and a five-step simple framework
Mm-hmm.
for you with your tech stack. So number one, connect your email and calendar.
Yeah.
That's absolutely positively you should connect that. And I would add in there also the Google contacts and the iCloud.
iCloud. Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, you're going to add your social and marketing tools.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is the must-haves. The second two are sort of nice-to-haves. Um, thirdly, you're going to set up Zapier for any gaps that you may have. And then number four, you're going to use Lofty's smart plan automations to trigger the flows that happen. And this is where the automation comes in. See our other videos about automation versus smart plans versus campaigns, and how you can make all this work together with these integrations. And then finally, number five. What's the number five thing for us?
This is very important. Review your integrations monthly. Clean up what you don't use. Some of these integrations, with time, they disconnect and they will prompt you to connect after every maybe 90 days, depending. So you need to really review those so that you don't have any any broken integrations that need a fix, and they could be a potential risk to your business, really, because if you have it set up so that there's a clear flow of maybe leads from specific platforms, and then that breaks or prompts you to do it after every 90 days and you don't track that, means you're going to miss out on some good activity there for you.
So if all this sounds like an awful lot of work, you could do all this yourself. But if it sounds like too much and you're overwhelmed, you could get some nerds to do it, right, Floyce?
Yeah, ChimeNerds.com.
You know any nerds?
Yeah, ChimeNerds. We specialize in the Lofty platform, from the IDX website setup and CRM setup to campaign management and creation and content marketing.
So in closing, then, let's wrap it up, Floyce. We're just about coming to the end. We would say, what? You don't need more tools.
No.
You need connected tools. All the tool sets that you have, it's really important that you connect all of them together. That's the message of this video. Lofty does the heavy lifting when you integrate smart. Lofty is it's built to be a hub, a command center, but you got to connect everything together.
Perfect. Thank you so much for watching today. We will see you tomorrow on the next live. Drop comments in the chat or give us a subscription. We would love to have you on our next live, and hope you catch us on other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We also go live on TikTok, I think 3 times a week. We have a live tab there. You can see our next event, and make sure you catch us live.
And if you want to book a free consult to go over some of these integrations and triggers in your system, ChimeNerds.com. Book a free consult. We'll make sure your system is set up correctly and ready to receive the consumer with multiple CTAs. That's called actions, triggers, and automations.
Thank you for watching.
ChimeNerds.